US or go back to Thailand. If you watched my last video, you know that I listed 10 things that I miss about Thailand. I've been living in Thailand the last 4 years. I just came back to the US for the first time in almost 4 years. But I'm going to tell you 5 reasons why right now that I would not want to stay in the US. First off though, it's been really great to be home. Had a chance to catch up with friends that I love, and it's been really great for business. And being back home, well, there's nothing that quite feels like home, and I think that goes for anyone in the world. When you come back to your home country, there's a certain wholeness that feels to be in that familiarity and the surroundings that we grew up in. I'm going to end this video on a positive note, but let's first work through the 5 reasons why I would not want to stay in the US right now. And it started with the sign that opened this video about this is a no gun zone. And it's an overall feeling compared to Thailand or even Japan of just not feeling safe. Even parking my rental car is always a concern. Is it going to be broken into? When I collected a rental car in Oakland airport, there was a 3-hour delay. Why? Because all their rental cars had broken glass from being broken into and things stolen. That's reason number 1. It's just, it's not peaceful to be on the edge. It's almost like you're always having to be prepared, like someone's gonna pick a fight with you. There was another sign back there. It's the second reason why I would not want to stay in the US right now. It's expensive. And that sign back there said that the rent in New York City has doubled since 2010. And so has the number of homeless people. And it's expensive. But I feel like costs in general, and everyone you talk to, everything is so expensive in the US right now. The third reason is this, quality of life. I just feel like for what we pay in, say, Thailand or even Japan, we get really high quality in return. Right now here, I feel like when I go out to eat, or just in general, the quality does not match the cost. So I feel like I'm overpaying and getting ripped off. I don't mind paying higher prices if the value and the quality matches it. The quality of, say, when you're at a restaurant, the quality of the food, quality of the service. But I don't feel that here right now. And everywhere you go right now in the US, everyone wants a tip. They want a tip even before you get the service. So when I order my coffee on the Starbucks app, you can see that on the screen, you make the order on the app that you're going to pick up the coffee, but it already asks you for a tip. And it's that way everywhere. So I spend $5 on my 5-shot espresso, and then right there it gives me an option. Do I want to tip $1, $2, $3, $4, or $5? And I hear a lot of people right now in the US, they're complaining about tipping. It's great to tip. I usually leave a 20% tip, but they're saying right now that it's over the top. A perfect segue to reason number 4. That t-shirt. I feel like everybody's angry right now in the US. I feel like there's a mental health crisis. I guess it's well reported. I feel, just personally, I feel more uplifted, more positive, more optimistic when I'm in the positive surroundings, healthy, peaceful surroundings of Thailand. I feel like so much of this FU-ness in the US right now, it's taking over. There's so much anger there shouldn't be. There was a time when Americans, I think, were more united, but there's so much moralism going on right now. And there's so much violence, really. If you look around US cities and states, gun violence, things that we don't really experience in, say, Thailand or Japan. So just for my own mental health, I prefer to be in Asia right now. If this feels like more positive surroundings. And then I see, obviously, when we look around New York or any city, especially San Francisco, Portland, the West Coast cities, the mental health crisis is really serious right now. And I just don't want to be in it. I'd rather be in the surroundings of Thailand or Japan, or places that feel more uplifting, more safe, more peaceful. Reason number 5, I wouldn't want to return to the US right now. It doesn't feel like the US to me from 4 years ago. A lot of people I talk to now, they say there's like a dark cloud hanging over it. It's different, and even in the cities, they feel a little more grungy. You can go down a street that used to be well manicured. Now you see huge potholes. It just feels somewhat broken. And the surroundings for me, when I'm in other parts of the world, feel more positive. And that's the 5th reason. I feel like that the US that I know, that I remember from 4 years ago and before, is different now. It still has some of the same issues, but there's just a darkness, a level of darkness right now in the US that we haven't seen before. And I just choose to be in different surroundings where I feel healthier, where things feel more positive. As promised though, I'm gonna end this video on a upbeat note. At the start of this video, I said I was gonna end it on an up note, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go get a coffee at Starbucks. And why do I always pick Starbucks or coffee shops? Because I work from the road. So it's real important to me to have comfortable, nice places to connect and sit down and work on the laptop. So I think this example right now with Starbucks here in New York, this is like a concept store. The way they kind of filter and screen people, you pull out your Amazon Prime app. Here's my in-store QR code, and then you have to tap this thing to enter. Right here, tap that, and the door opens, and then you come in here, and you don't have all the issues that you have in so many downtown coffee places where kind of the homeless come in here and shower and mess it up for everyone, and they end up having to take away all the tables and chairs. At least now in New York City, you can come to this concept store, sit down, get some work done, and be relatively comfortable, because in a lot of Starbucks right now around the country, they take the tables and chairs out. I think this is an example though, to end this video on an up note, of how Americans figure things out. They're innovative, they think critically, and they go through bad stuff, and somehow they come out, I think, better on the other side. Something I think about is, if I were to move back to the US, where would it be? For sure, New York City. This is where I would live. This is where I would move to. There's so much to do here. It's lively, it feels vibrant, and I feel like that's missing from other cities I've been to on this trip, including Portland, San Francisco, LA, Austin, Texas, that just have downtowns that I feel like have not recovered post-COVID. And I feel like there's something else. There's a story that says if you put water on a stovetop and you put a frog in there and it's just a normal temperature and you turn the heat up, that the frog will sit in the water and let it boil and the frog will die. But if you take another frog and you toss it into boiling water, it jumps out. That's how I feel right now. I feel like I'm that frog. The one that came back to the US, the water's boiling here. There's a dark cloud hanging over it. It's just not the same. It feels like there's a lot of tension. And when I compare it to Asia, it's so peaceful and my quality of life is really good there. I'm that frog. I'm gonna jump out of that water and head back to Asia, to Thailand. Farewell from New York City.